Even Elon Musk believes that the Model Y will sell a lot more when compared to every other Tesla out there, and there's a good reason for that. The entry-level crossover SUV segment is really heating up, with a lot more competition from every other manufacturer out there. So, there's a lot of exciting things happening in the segment where the Model Y is competing. Right now, it looks like Tesla wants to step up their game with the Model Y, because the production of the Model Y in the Shanghai factory increased from 1,000 to 1,600 units per day. And let's talk about just that. Hey everyone, and welcome to Tesla News, where we bring you the newest and best updates about Tesla and Elon Musk. For daily videos, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to join our Discord server to discuss future topics. For a lot of people, the Tesla Model Y will definitely look like the Model 3 on steroids. But again, that's not the case, because a lot more things are happening with the Model Y, especially with Tesla's decision to use huge casting machines to build the Model Y, which will be replacing at least 300 robots in Tesla's gigafactories. This will also streamline the production of Model Y, with the new casting process facilitated by a huge die casting machine called GigaPress. Tesla will be able to combine 70 individual parts of the rear underbody of the Model Y into a single piece. This means the Tesla does not have to weld these spots, which means that we're looking at a much stronger body for the Model Y. This will also reduce the cost for manufacturing Model Y, and Tesla will be a lot more profitable. Or Tesla will be able to reduce the prices for Model Y, which will make it a lot more accessible to a lot more people. You also need to consider that Tesla's goal was not to sell a lot of cars or make a lot of money, but the company's goal is to accelerate the transition to sustainable energy and make some money while doing so. You also need to keep in mind that crossover SUVs are a huge deal across the world, because a lot more people find it practical to own a crossover SUV instead of a sedan, because of all the versatility and cargo space that these vehicles offer. Crossover SUVs are excellent vehicles for families that need a lot more room than an average sedan or hatchback, as they provide extra space for children. You also get better drivetrain options and towing capabilities with a crossover SUV, especially like Model 3. The higher ground clearance will also make it easier to drive on bad roads. So, it makes a lot of sense to get a crossover SUV like the Model Y instead of Model 3. Last year, if you were looking forward to buying the Tesla Y, you might have come across a lot of articles talking about Tesla's quality control issues, like uneven panel gaps, misaligned trim, paint defects, and so many others. The only thing that you could do with your defective Model Y is either to tolerate the issue and use the Model Y for its performance, or let Tesla service fix them afterwards, or refuse delivery. Or you have to wait for another car, which again does not guarantee anything about the build quality. Tesla happens to be one of the best companies when it comes to designing their cars, but they're not the best when it comes to manufacturing their cars. But it looks like that's about to change today, because if we're talking about the Model Y, we need to talk about the Gigafactory in Shanghai, right? That's because this Chinese factory is responsible for manufacturing a lot of Model Ys for the Chinese markets, and also the Asian and European markets. This September, Tesla did achieve a huge milestone, because as per local reports, Tesla's China-based electric vehicle plant reportedly hit a production of about 1,600 Model Ys per day, which happens to be a substantial increase from Giga Shanghai's Model Y output just the previous month of August, which was around 1,000 units on a daily basis. Even that's a huge number, not gonna lie, especially considering the fact that Tesla's relatively a very new car company compared to every other auto manufacturer out there. This particular update was posted by Chinese-based publication IT Home. The publication states that Tesla's Model Y production in Shanghai effectively increased by 37.5% in September compared to the previous month. The Shanghai factory also produced about 800 units of the Model 3 in August 2021. A production rate of 1,600 Model Ys per day is really impressive, especially considering the fact that the Giga Shanghai factory is not the first factory of Tesla. This also shows that the Model Y is in high demand compared to every other Tesla model out there, just like Tesla wanted it to be. Even if the Model 3 production is somewhat on the lower side, This would still mean that the company would be producing about 2,400 vehicles daily. That's insane! And this number is likely going to improve in the coming months, especially when Tesla is focusing on improving the Model Y and Model 3 production lines in Giga Shanghai and every other Gigafactory out there. Tesla will be able to supply the Model Y to other countries by the fourth quarter, as the Chinese-based plant is the company's primary vehicle export hub. Tesla's Model Y production Gigafactory Shanghai is very important for the company's expansion into the international market. The company's focusing on setting up a lot more Gigafactories around the world to cater to the ever-growing needs of electric vehicles moving forward. We know that the Gigafactory in Berlin and the one in Texas is still under construction. But for now, the Gigafactory Shanghai will be helping Tesla to cater to the European market. Tesla Model Y sales in Europe officially started in August, and so far the electric crossover SUV has been received really well. It only took 1 week for the Tesla Model Y to become Norway's best-selling electric vehicle. By the beginning of the fourth quarter, Gigafactory Shanghai will be entering a new phase that you can refer to as the played mode, because Tesla focuses on creating a lot more vehicles every quarter. There's no doubt that Tesla's third quarter of 2021 will be the most impressive quarter yet, and the company will now be able to establish the Model Y as the most successful vehicle ever built. You also need to consider the fact that there's a huge semiconductor shortage going on around the world, and the supply of battery components and other raw materials to build EVs is getting a lot more difficult. Across the world, so many auto manufacturers are having a really hard time producing vehicles because of all these supply chain issues. Teslas are some of the world's most advanced vehicles out there, with every technology you can think of. Because of the fact that these cars are completely electric, Tesla needs to have a lot more semiconductors for producing their cars. With all these supply chain issues, Tesla's doing an incredible job, and other legacy manufacturers should take note. Maybe with such production numbers, the Gigafactory Shanghai will be able to reach the production milestone of 1 million vehicles a year, which is absolutely insane, especially with Tesla being a much younger company in the automotive space. That says a lot about Tesla. Unlike other EV manufacturers, Tesla's success is because of their focus on creating some of the best vehicles out there at a lower cost when considering the performance side of things. When you buy a regular gasoline car, you might just be looking at the price tag of the car, which will definitely be lower and more affordable than a Tesla, but the running costs of the car will add up, and let's say in 5 or 10 years, the cost will be a lot more than what you paid for an electric car. The advantage of buying an electric car is that you don't have to visit the fuel station, and your running costs will be a lot lower, which is exciting news. Maybe this could also justify Tesla's higher price tag. Even the base variant of the Model 3 starts at around $40,000, which is a huge amount, but not so huge when you consider the performance that these cars offer, and also the fact that you do have a reliable supercharger network wherever Tesla sells their vehicles. We're looking at more than 25,000 superchargers around the world, which is absolutely necessary to curb your range anxiety. Moving forward, let's hope that Tesla will be able to meet the growing demand for electric vehicles around the world, while also chasing a lot more delivery numbers. Tesla needs to focus a lot more on the quality control side of things, because the earlier versions of all Teslas did have a lot of issues, especially when people are paying such a premium for a car. It's an exciting time in the automotive industry, because Tesla's a company that did a lot more than every other auto manufacturer out there. Even today, nobody could challenge Tesla's dominance in the EV segment. That says a lot about how our automotive industry works, because it looks like the entire automotive industry is really slow when it comes to adopting new technologies. But that's not the case with Tesla, and that never will be the case with Tesla. And that's a wrap for today's video. What do you think about Tesla's take on the crossover SUV segment with the Model Y? Will Tesla be able to sell a lot more Model Ys compared to every other Tesla model out there? Do let us know your thoughts below in the comment section, because we would love to hear from you all. Also, consider subscribing to our channel for more content just like this one. And while you're at it, turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on any of our future uploads. Drop a like for our video you're a huge fan of Tesla. Do check out these videos to know more about Tesla. And that's about it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will meet again in the next one.